tell your friends, tell your comrades, call them, share. Let them know y'all need to be tuning in because we got a hell of a show for you today.
Right, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this disclaimer out. Mindy, is that okay if I do this?
Perfect, yes.
Let me go ahead and throw this out that this show is not for 18 and under viewers. So if you're in the car, if you're at the house and you're listening and your children are around, you might want to move them out of the room because we're going to be using some not so politically correct terms today.
Right.
And we're just kind of going to go ham, for lack of a better term, just to get the things out there. So if you have children around, this is for 18 and over. So we put that out there. At this point, you're listening at your own risk.
At your own risk. So we're logged on. We're Facebooking right now. We're Twittering right now, and we are IGing right now, trying to see what you guys are saying. So if we have technical difficulties along the way, be patient
and let us know. Shout us out.
Yeah,
if you're on IG and it cuts out, or Facebook and it cuts out, let us know because we appreciate the love and people letting us know how we're doing.
Yeah, so last week, those of you guys who tuned in last week, we talked about relationships.
Yes, and it was a hot topic. And I just want to say something real quick. Shout out to those 1,600 views for that video. I just want to say we really appreciate the love, and we fucks with y'all. So
we do the long way. So before we get started, just hang in there with us because I want to make sure that all of you guys can see, because I know some of you choose Facebook to log on, some of you choose IG to log on.
Right.
And due to the traffic being that we were late, we want to make sure that both of the viewers, that's why we have two different angles. So straight ahead, that would be IG, right? So?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you're getting the up above view, that's those of you guys who are on Facebook.
Right.
So let me make sure that both of those connections are working, so y'all don't miss a damn thing.
Because you don't want to miss this.
That's right.
It's about to go down.
For me, so we're on IG because it doesn't. I'm not seeing it up here. Just to make sure.
Make sure we're broadcasting live on IG, so all of our
ain't nobody else logging in IG, Facebook
fans can.
Okay, but they are both on. Okay, just making sure I wanted everyone to be able to see what we is doing. So let me pull up Facebook up here. So,
real quick, let's talk about last weekend. Last weekend we did go to that Young Dolph, and let me say, had a great time. Nobody was on no fuckery or anything, and that crowd was really hype. Like the Louisville was fucking with Young Dolph. Like, I love a crowd that comes out and they really appreciate who's there. They're singing along to all the tracks. They're not fighting, they're not arguing. So I just want to send a shout out to everybody that was at Cole's on that Young Dolph. Y'all acted exactly the way I figured y'all could and would, and I appreciated that.
Absolutely. I had a really, really good time too, by the way.
I did too, yes.
Like I thought it was off the chain. I'm clicking on this, you guys, so we can see who's actually logged into Facebook with us. Hold on, this mouse and me is not getting along. That's actually what's taking so long.
So she'll get it together. But like she was saying, I'm gonna go ahead and send a shout out to, I don't know if you guys have been to Be More before, and I'm speaking about Baltimore, but if you've never been to Be More before, you need to go and check out this Soul Jam Baltimore. It's the Crab Feast weekend, and that's gonna run you from August 4th through the 6th. This, of course, 2017. And if you want information about the Be More Crab Fest weekend, you can contact Damon Davis, and his number is 859-429-2858. So once again, if you want to go to the Crab Fest weekend, which will be sponsoring acts like After 7 will be there and Heat Wave will be there. If you need transportation to get to Baltimore, you can get at ndc.charters@gmail.com. Go ahead and email them, and that was ndc.charters@gmail.com, or reach out to Damon Davis at 859-429-2858. And once again, that is the Soul Jam Crab Feast in Baltimore, and that's going to run you from August 4th through the 6th. So you got plenty of time to actually make arrangements and head out there, and that's going to be an awesome event. So check that out if you have time.
All right, and due to this crappy weather we're having, if you all lose connection, that's what it is. So we'll be back. If it goes out, we'll be back when it comes back in. So y'all just bear with us and all that. And just in case it did, you want to read that again, the ad that we were just doing?
Okay, because apparently I read all that ad and maybe you guys didn't hear it. So right now, at Soul Jam Baltimore, Be More, is the Crab Fest weekend, and that's going to run you from August 4th to the 6th. And if you want to go to that, which, if I could, I definitely would, you want to contact Damon Davis, and his number is 859-429-2858. And if you need transportation to get to Baltimore, you want to get on a Gmail, and it's going to be ndc.charters@gmail.com. They can get you to Baltimore with no issues. So once again, that's going to run from August 4th through the 6th, and they have acts like After 7 and Heat Wave. So you just want to make sure you check out that Soul Jam Baltimore Crab Feast weekend. And contact Damon, 859-429-2858, and he'll get you the information you need.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So for those that know, you guys should already know that today's topic, the topic of discussion is about sex, which we've already said. Reiterating that if you are under the age of 18, this show is not going to be appropriate for you. Hide your wife, hide your kids. The show is going to be explicit and very candid.
Very. So some of the topics that we're going to kind of get to today is going to be some things. Let me see. What are we going to talk about, Mindy? So we're going to talk about erogenous zones, hot spots, and foreplay.
Oral sex.
Oh my God, oral sex, yes. The size. Is it genetic, and are you aware? Like, if you're not packing, are you aware that you're not packing, and have you came to terms with that?
Absolutely. We're also going to talk about positions.
Yeah, right. And toys.
Fetishes.
Threesomes, and what people really consider a threesome, because that kind of goes back and forth when you're talking to men or women, depending on who you're speaking with. So we're kind of dive into that a little bit.
We got porn. Who doesn't love a good porn?
I'm sorry, but if you're not at one point or another watching porn with your significant other, like, what are you doing with your life? Like porn's got to be like, don't get me wrong, you don't have to turn porn on every day because you probably don't need it, but come on, you got to do it sometimes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then what? Aphrodisiacs, sex, sex in public, and then this is a good one too.
Morning versus night sex.
Who likes to get it in the AM, and who likes to get it in the PM?
Yes.
Like, let's break that down.
Absolutely.
And then we got quickies versus making love and playing sex. Because sometimes when you have a family and you're going to soccer, you're going to acting or whatever you're taking your kids to do, you might have to say, okay, Friday night at 8 is the only time I can fit you in. So we're gonna have to, like, at 8 you better be on time, like, ready to go. Like, I don't know what you got to do to get there Friday at 8, but you better make it happen.
Yeah, we have one night stands versus relationship sex.
Right, because sometimes people think, like, after you've been with someone for a while, that fire kind of dies down, right? And so, you might have to do things, role play, do kind of different, put on an outfit to kind of spice that up. So we'll go into that a little bit. And then what was our last one that we had?
Age of sexual peak.
Right, ooh, because men reach that a lot quicker than women, because for me as a 30-year-old woman, I feel like right now in this age is when it's like the best it could be,
I agree. And we'll touch on that when we get to that topic too.
We'll touch on that.
No, but real talk though. So what's up throughout the week? What happened in the life of Cody Cole?
Okay, well, my daughter is going to a prom coming up, but my boo's girlfriend's my boo's sister's daughter went to prom, and I did her makeup last night. And her name is Tweet. Shout out Tweet. I hope the prom was wonderful. But I did her makeup last night, and it turned out absolutely wonderful, and she looked amazing. So we were all there. And then, like, my daughter Talia, for those that don't know, I have a 16-year-old, and she's going to prom. So, we're just taking the steps. We've got her dress, we've got her shoes, and all of that. So she has her makeup appointment, her hair appointment, and we're just going from there. So
when's her prom?
She goes May 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
where's this going to be at?
Honestly, you call me out on that right now. I actually don't know, because she goes to Ballard and she's going to Butler's prom. Shout out Ballard and Butler, but I don't know where the location is yet. I haven't. But
so pretty. I've seen the dress. You guys, it's just gonna be.
Yeah, and she won't let me show the mother of the guy she's going with or nothing, because she doesn't want anybody to know, what it looks like. She's like, no, I just want to show up and I just want to be like, bam. So all they can know is the color. That's all they can know.
I ain't mad at her. That's very indicative of Talia's personality.
Yeah, she just want to step out and be like, you asked for it. This is what you got. Long hair, don't care.
She could be like, she could not be like that anyway. That's just not.
Yeah, I know.
That's just one of them really dope girls. Okay, so I'm not just saying that because she's like my niece and shit. She's really like, she's one of them really, really like turn your head pretty girls, but she's also really, really smart. So that's
like she takes all AP classes, advanced classes and stuff, and when she picked her high school, she actually like read up on reviews and who was doing the best and everything. So she makes an informed decision whenever she makes one, and so I'm kind of proud of that. But she's a teenager, she's still smart aleck as hell. I'll be like wanting to, smack it, right back to where she came from, because my thing was with her is, if I didn't ask a question, don't give me a response. You know, like, if I just say something to you that's a statement, don't say nothing back to me. You know, like, I'd be like, go in there, clean your room. She'd be like, I did it yesterday. Did I ask you a question? You know, just do what I told you to do. But anyway, that's how a 16-year-old is. And I'm sure for any of you guys who have kids, you know that when they become a teenager, you know, from that like 12 up, they think they know it all. Like, you can't tell them anything, you know, you can't.
Girl, my daughter thinks she knows it all, and she's going to be 7 in a couple of weeks. So I can imagine what's going to happen when she gets to that teenager phase. Lord, Jesus.
And she's got a heck of a personality already, so it's just gonna get, you know, better and more creative as she goes along. And that's what I try to, like, I let my daughter go to a performing arts middle school Western, and because I wanted her to take that route. Like, I believe in letting your child be creative. Not everybody's gonna follow the same path, and not everybody's gonna like to do the same thing. So I want her to find what she's good at in life and what she likes. So, you know, just shout out to all the creative programs out there in traditional schools too.
Absolutely.
At JCPS.
So last week I gave a little bit of insight on my daughter. To this weekend it's going to be on my son, because as sweet as my boy is, everybody who knows me knows that my boy is a mama's boy through and through. He'd much rather be with his mama than anybody else in the world.
And he's so freaking cute, by the way.
I know, it's hard to tell him no. I love that little boy so
Those
much.
little eyes get you every time. You be like, really, Bryce?
And he says shit like, and I don't know where he gets this from. People saying he's getting it from somewhere. I don't know where he gets it from, but he says shit like one day he told me, he said, Mommy, you're magic. And I'm like, really, magic, Bryce? Word? What's up? And then another time he told me I smelled like angel's wings. And some people's heard the story already before, but the stuff that this little boy comes up with, and the fact that he's so cute, just melts my little heart. You know what I'm saying? No man's gonna compete with him. But anyway, I'm bringing him up because as sweet as my baby boy can be, he has a temper, and I don't mean just like any old temper, like the for real kind of temper. He doesn't know how to.
No, real quick, he has a temper like your brother has a temper.
My mama says that all the time. They don't have a let up. They don't have a lead up. Rather, he doesn't have a. He's just really explosive. Like one day he rammed himself into the refrigerator and put a dent in it because he didn't know any other way to express how he felt. So we're spending a lot of time with my mom, and she's having trouble handling him and dealing with him because sometimes he only listens to me.
Right. He's not used to having a constant other, but you know, besides his dad. But he's not used to having another person tell him what to do. So he's kind of like, well, how do I even handle that? Right.
Yeah, he's challenging her majorly, and I have to be the referee between them two. So that's what's going on in my life.
That's what's up. Shout out to our kids and everybody who's turning in, all of our nieces and nephews and everybody that we love. And so, real quick, we kind of want to last week we gave you some beauty tips, right? That we were kind of do, you know, exfoliate, moisturize, just kind of basic things that we follow. And so this time we kind of want to give them some miscellaneous, like financial tips. So, for me, what I did was I would always separate my money. So into two separate checking accounts. So I would put, you know, when you get your direct deposit, they ask you, know, how much percentage do you want to go in this checking account versus how much do you want to go in the other. So that's what I would do. I would put all my bill money in one checking account, all of my fund money in the other checking account. So I would never confuse the two. So when it came down and all that fund money was gone, then I knew, okay, I'm at the end of my budget. I gotta wait until I get paid again, you know, to get some fund money. And let's just use $200 or $100 as what you have as fund money. Let's just say that. So then, you know, if you get paid every 2 weeks, then you basically have $50 every week to have fun with. Right. So you just kind of remember that, you know, you just kind of budget it in that way. And if you don't have it in a checking account, what I used to do before those days when I was in high school, had my first job, I would actually separate the money and fold it up and write on it, like rent, LG&E, you know, things like that, because having your money separated for bills and fun stuff kind of helps you keep on budget. Because if you're not a good budgeter and you feel like every month I'm always spending my bill money, like how do I get out of spending my bill money, you know, and you're not recognizing at the time, hey, I am spending my rent, I'm spending part of my LG&E, and then the bill comes and you're like, oh my God, I'm $50 short, I'm $40 short. Well, that's where that comes into play. You need to separate that money out. Go ahead and, like, if you just, you know, of course it's going to be a guesstimate and you might end up with a little more fund money, a little less, you know, along the way. But eventually you'll get to a point where, you know, your bills are around $1,200 a month. $1,500 a month, and then, you know, you can separate that fund money. So, you know, that's just something that I did along the way to kind of help me out, you know, when I was trying to learn how to budget my money, even with child support, because I have a daughter, you know, and her dad pays child support. That goes in a completely separate account. You know, that child support is completely separate. So when I need to buy her things, I need to get her stuff, I go to that child support card, you know, or if I need it for whatever I need it for. But it's just completely separate.
Right. So, and I posted something the other day that touches on exactly what you're talking about. Is once it's gone, it's gone. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much money you don't have.
Right.
People think the more money you have, the better off
you live,
are.
or
And that's,
right.
that's not true, because like once it's gone, it's gone. If you're terrible at managing money, it doesn't matter
how much money you have.
Yes, it doesn't matter how much.
I mean, because we've been in homes where the home is fabulous, but you go inside and there's absolutely no furniture. So, like, you know,
Right.
this is somebody who's living above their means. They can't even afford to put furniture in the nice home that they live in. So, you know, we just try to budget that money and just live, you know, amongst your means. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you don't have to keep up with anybody but yourself.
Right.
Like, what did J. Cole say? There's no life than the one that's better than yours.
Yeah.
And that's truth. Like, nobody is life out there is better than your life. I don't care if they're driving a Benz. I don't care if they live in a 4-story home. You know, that's their life and this is your life. And God has blessed you with what you have. So just be grateful for that. You know, you don't know what they went through to get through that. You know,
exactly.
like everybody.
They're still going through.
Exactly, to maintain that. You know, they might work 4 jobs and never get to see their family. And is that what you really want for the sake of your material
Are you built
items?
for that?
Exactly. So.
Yeah, and I agree. And also, touching on what she said, gas is a bill and you should
Oh my
treat it
God.
as such, and so is groceries. It's a bill and you should treat it as such. Not, oh, I'm going to go when I have the money, or I'm just going to pull up in the gas station and swipe my card. If you actually
Put that in your budget.
Yeah, put it in your budget and take it out. Take it aside, set it aside every week when you get paid, or every other week, or however you get paid. Just
Right.
set that money aside to know that this is what I spend. I've spent X amount of dollars a week
Right,
on groceries
exactly.
times 4. And that's your bill for that month, and the same with gas.
Right, and then you just budget in your money. So go ahead and budget in the not fun money, because fun money to me is not grocery money. Like
Right.
when I'm at the groceries, I'm not like, ooh, this is fun. You know, like let me throw in the biscuits.
Bacon if you're gonna eat tonight, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why you should do that. And another thing, another good financial tip is pay yourself first.
Right, exactly.
So before you, even though you have your budget, and you set out aside your bill money for whatever that is for the month.
Right.
If you have pay yourself first mentality, before you pay anything, have 5 to 10% of your
Right. And that's what I was going to say. The amount doesn't matter. Like, let's start there. People think when you start having to save for yourself, you need to put this $50. You need to put this $100 in. No, start with 5, start with 10, you know, start with what's feasible to your bank account, you
Right.
know, because when you go back a year, like, go ahead and have it automatically taken out of your checking account and just set in it. Yeah. So, and then at the end of the year, you'd be like, dang, I didn't even realize I was still accumulating this
Right.
money, you know, and you
Right.
have this savings. Sorry, what is that, IG that kind of went out for a minute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we're back on.
Yeah.
But I did find this tip from Josh Felber at businessinsider.com, and he said to see yourself as the best you that you can be. So what you want to do is you want to start to picture yourself with everything falling into place. Like, let's get these negative thoughts out of our mind, because sometimes we're so hard on our own self, you know, that we have actually killed ourselves before the dream even began. I had a supervisor, and she once said to me, apply for whatever job that you want, because you don't actually know what a person is looking for. Like, you can't tell someone what they're looking for. Like, don't shoot yourself down before they do. So no one, like, I think I seen it. You have to jump. It was Steve Harvey. Like,
Right,
I shared that. You have to jump in order to make something happen.
Right.
So apply for that job. You might be exactly what they're looking for. But anyway, Josh says that you need to picture yourself and following everything falling into place. And what does that feel like for you? And what would you be saying to yourself at that time? You'd be saying, I'm a superstar, I'm wonderful, I'm great, I can do everything that I want to do. Just start practicing those thoughts. Anytime you feel a negative thought or negative energy coming into your mind telling you can't be great, then just go ahead and forget that. Because real quick, one last thing, my professor, when I graduated, he spoke and he said, it's never too late to be great. No matter how old you are. He didn't get his doctorate until he was in his 60s, and he just always said it's never too late to be great, and I just live by that.
Right.
So just remember, whatever age you're at, whether it be a fitness goal, because I'm kind of dealing with that myself, but whether it be a fitness goal, an education goal, a job goal, whatever it may be, a family
Anything
goal.
that you're trying to be successful at, or trying to aspire to do, or trying to get from point A to point Z, it's never too late.
To be great. No,
Never.
you can do it. You know, I see, shout out to my friends right now getting homes right now in their 30s and getting great cars and great jobs. You know, life is a journey and it's your journey in itself. So you can't compare your journey to anyone else's. So once you stop doing that, I think happiness just kind of
flows.
Just
Yeah,
kinda
and I
comes.
say I'm a strong believer in the universe giving you what you give it.
Right.
First and foremost, like she said, you have to be grateful for what you have now, or you have to be thankful for what you have now, or
life will humble you.
exactly, blessings are not going to come to you if you're not thankful for what you have now. Hey, you have to speak things into existence. So if you're constantly saying negative things and feeling shitty about yourself, that's what you're going to get.
Exactly.
I mean, like straight up real talk, that's what you're going to get. So positivity and